two developing stories here at 5 o'clock. A CTA train collision leaves dozens of people injured and is making the evening trip home difficult for some commuters.
And federal workers protest in Chicago as a midnight deadline looms for a government shutdown. But first, that train collision along the CTA Blue Line. Two trains colliding at the Harlem train stop in Forest Park. It happened just before 8 o'clock this morning.
Here is what happened. Take a look at the right side of your screen. A Blue Line train with passengers on board was stopped at the station in Forest Park. That's when a train with no passengers coming from the opposite direction plowed into the stopped train. We have two live reports for you tonight. ABC7's Ben Bradley with a look at the effect on this evening's commute. But we begin tonight with ABC7's Leah Hope at the scene with more on this morning's collision. Leah.
Cheryl, the train stopped at the point of impact, and that is where they are going to remain as investigators look for answers. But by all accounts, this out-of-service eastbound train should not have ended up there on its own. Investigators take black boxes from the damaged trains. They will review video from the trains and the platform as part of the federal investigation of this morning's Blue Line crash.
We're going to have an investigator in charge, a signal specialist, a mechanical specialist, and an operations specialist to do our investigation.
A westbound train was stopped at Harlem with 40 passengers on board when a train heading eastbound on the same track hit the stopped train.
There are two switches that ideally and should have stopped this train from moving. Why didn't they is part of the investigation.
The eastbound train had been in a nearby rail yard for service. It traveled eastbound onto the westbound tracks. Going downhill, it hit that stopped train going 20 miles per hour. CTA staff says at some point that train had to be manually powered on.
In order for a train to move, it has to be energized. We call it unlocking the master control. So you put your key in, unlock the master control, and then you place the master control in the power position to get the train to move.
33 passengers were transported to area hospitals with minor injuries. This happened at the height of rush hour as many waiting for trains witnessed a scene from the platform.
It would sound like a man, but like, stop the train, stop the train. However, it didn't seem like the train was stopping at all. And after that, it was a crash and it was smoke everywhere.
You're looking at a live picture now. This is the crash scene, and also the good news for motorists. These ramps here at Harlem are opened off the Eisenhower. So CTA will be assisting the NTSB in the investigation right now. They're going to look at several factors. They're going to look at the mechanicals on those trains. They're going to look at those train signals as well as the immediate area at the crash site. So a lot to look at right now, a lot of unanswered questions. Reporting live from River Forest, Leah Hope, ABC7 News. Back to you, Cheryl.
All right, Leah, now we'll take a look at the latest numbers. Injuries in the crash. 33 people were transported to 10 local hospitals. No life-threatening injuries were reported. We will hear from some of those injured coming up on our news tonight at 6 o'clock.
Today's collision means ongoing trouble during this evening's commute. ABC7's Ben Bradley live in Oak Park with that part of the story. Ben?
Ron, Harlem is typically a choke point for drivers along the Eisenhower. As we head into the heart of the evening time rush, having something to look at is likely going to make traffic even worse than normal. Let's head up live to Chopper 7 HD. They can give us a sense of what the scene looks like right now. The collision point that is now becoming a choke point. Traffic is not horrible right now, though, about 25 minutes in either direction between Manheim and downtown. Here's a map now showing you how CTA service is being impacted this afternoon. Trains are running their normal routes along the Blue Line, but the Harlem Avenue station is closed, and in that area, trains are only able to get by on a single track, so they'll proceed a bit more slowly than normal. Shuttle buses have been set up between the Oak Park station, Harlem, and the end of the line at Forest Park. About 4,000 people push through turnstiles at Harlem on a typical weekday. The good news is that the next closest stations are 7 to 10 blocks in either direction, so commuters do have options. Still, some, though, tell us they're being inconvenienced on both ends of their commute.
And it's frustrating. I was out here this morning. It was like 2 hours wait. You know what I'm saying? Now it's frustrating because I got a shuttle bus and I stay in the city. So I stay on North Avenue. So it's really like
the communities like tow up.
We will support it with enough buses that help to minimize the delay of any impact for our customers.
Now that the National Transportation Safety Board is the lead investigator on this accident, the CTA needs to wait for them to give the green light on moving the two trains out of the Harlem station. We're told that's not going to happen today. It'll likely happen sometime tomorrow, so it's likely we'll see a similar impact on the rush hour for CTA commuters tomorrow morning, but no official word yet from the CTA on that. That's latest live in Oak Park. Ben Bradley, ABC7 News. Ron, Cheryl, back to you.
All right. Thank you for that, Ben. And viewers have been posting their pictures of the collision of the aftermath. Brian Harrison shared this photo on his Facebook page. It shows the crew following the collision. And Connor Hudson posted this picture via Instagram. It shows a close-up of where the impact actually occurred.
Now the question of the day. Will the federal government shut down tonight?